Hey guys, Notso's back with you. A couple of people asked me on the Discord after the Target Pod video went live, a couple of questions I wanted to try to answer with a follow-up. This is not a tutorial, it's more of just a quick demo. So the main question was, can the pilot do all of the Target Pod stuff that I showed in the video in the front seat without a Wizzo? And the answer is yes, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate basically like a CAS search and then a attack on something from a CAS wheel, all single seat. Just to show you that it works. And there's one other thing I wanted to show you that I forgot to talk about in the video as well, so I'll do that. So basically we find ourselves right at the end of the video. We've just splashed the T-72. I'm flying from the front seat. We're going to do this all in the front. So we'll go ahead and fly. So there's impact. I am now going to go, if you remember in the video I talked about at steer point 3, there is a ZSU-24 and possibly a manpad. I'm going to go look for the ZSU-23-4. So I'm going to go ahead and cue I'm going to brake track. I'll go ahead and cue the pod over to 3 point at PB-17. And notice again, like I talked about in the video, it always cues in wide field of view. So I'll go ahead and turn back around. And we'll basically jump into a CAS wheel doing a left-hand orbit. And the reason you want to do a left-hand orbit is because the pod is on the right side of the jet. So that way when I'm left wing down, I have less chance of masking the pod than if I was right wing down with the pod on the left side. I'm sorry, with the pod on the right side. So I've cued it over to steer point 3 in PB-17. There's a single ZSU-23 somewhere on this golf course right off the Vegas Strip. Looks like the Russians have finally taken over Las Vegas. So I'm queuing up. So this is my spot that the target is on. So I'm going to do a search around looking at these different hot spots and see if I can find it. And I'll basically just set up a CAS wheel here at about 12,000 feet. So again, Lantern Pod, you're not going to get the greatest video, and that's by design. This is really not that far from what it looked like. The one thing I left off in the video is the line of sight of the pod. So this little segmented box is telling you where the pod is looking in relation to the jet's nose. It also corresponds to the azimuth and elevation here, but this is just a quick reference. So right now it's basically looking just slightly aft of the left wing line, and then as I continue to turn, you'll see that line of sight will go back forward of the wing line, and again it corresponds. The further it is out to the edges, the more level the scope is with the horizon. The closer it is to the crosshairs, the more it's pointed straight down. It's pretty much the exact same thing that you've seen in the in the Lightning pod in the A-10, the Hornet, and the F-16. It's just a different symbology, but it does exactly the same stuff. So let's go ahead and see if we can continue our search, and I'll look around. So I don't really see anything yet that potentially looks like that Shilka. But again, if you remember, if you get lost, you can always go auto-act aft, return to queue, and then it always goes back to the spot that it queued on. It looks like this might be a likely victim here. Let's see if we can see it when we come around and get a little bit different look from the side. Again, it just looks like a blob at the moment, but we'll remember that as on the kind of the darker patch of the golf course. I can go to Black Hot and see if that helps as well. So again, it's always just kind of trial and error. You're sort of looking to see what you can find. All right, so let's try that again. Looks like that might be our guy. I'm starting to see a bit of a gun barrel sticking out. So I'll go ahead and designate that. So let's get the laser on. And again, I'm doing this all from the front seat. Let's go ahead and get the laser on and designate. So in on the TDC to designate. Bang. So there's my designation. So that will then update my my target. So we're 3 miles out, so we're a little jammed to be able to do a GB12 run on it. So I'm going to run out to get at least 5 to 6 miles or so. I'm going to turn the laser off for now, and we'll do a 12-second delay lays as we go. Pod is being masked right now because obviously it's looking back through the jet. So we should be able to do a quick 180 back around, and we'll go ahead and do the attack on it. So we'll say Rocket 1-1 is in, from the north. Being masked by the jet as we continue the turnaround here. We'll stay above 10,000 feet in case that man pad is active, and start our run-in. Okay, on the ASL, pretty happy with that designation. 22 seconds T-rail, master arm is hot, and we'll get ready to attack this. Again, I'm doing this all from the front seat, so I'm able to cue the pod, fly the jet, fire the laser, guide the bomb, and all that good stuff. Okay, on the hammer, pickle button's being held down, bomb fall line is coming down, sight's flashing, that means bomb is released. I'm going to keep the laser off. Let's go ahead and do a hard turn to check away. It's about a good 60 degrees of turn away. There's 17 seconds T-rail. Laser's going to come on at 12 seconds. There's 12 seconds, the laser's on. I've got the crosshair on the tank. Let's refine it just a little bit. Bunnying a little bit just to stay out of some masking, but really not required if you do the turn correctly. Schwack! There's your dead Shilka. Laser's off, and we're going back to the bar to have a drink. All right, that's it. Notso's out. See ya.